It's Madden NFL 24, and the spotlight is on Dorian Thompson-Robinson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Vikings and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but you can see it in their body language. This is not a team that is organized and been ready to play.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Ford Field. This is Javier Thomas. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play and second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Hal to throw on second down. And again back to Komet. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll get this up to about the 44. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
During that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Hal. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. They go play action with Hal. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know always going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. And Howe will throw it. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Thompson Robinson down to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Thompson Robinson keeps it running left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Thompson Robinson to throw on 1st down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Noah Fant from 21 yards away. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, here we sit, Week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Now Howell. It got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? He put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. But the Vikings come into this one looking for a 12th win on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The DTR going to throw it here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Thompson Robinson. And it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
3rd down from the gun, Thompson Robinson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Quez Watkins, 64 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
On first down, Howell. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Robinson up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Howell's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. So the completion good for just 3. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on third down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So the penalty on the offense, that'll be declined and the turnover stands. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Pass incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Powell. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Alton Robinson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Thompson Robinson now. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Here's Thomas. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Throwing here, Howell. Pass taken in by Pirine. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Howell. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Reynolds. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Howell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and it's now 17-14. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On first down, Thompson-Robinson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Thompson Robinson trying again on second down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, here's Thompson Robinson. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. First down, Howell to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Max Crosby in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays.
Yeah.
They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Deontay Hardy, a touchdown reception.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second down, Thompson Robinson now. This is Fant on the short completion. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Off the play fake, Thompson Robinson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Taylor. is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done? But they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Howe. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Anthony Walker giving that O-line fits. He gets in there to drop it. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They go play action with Howell. This will be caught by Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, another run with Taylor. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Howell down to throw it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yep. Well, the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
The DTR going to throw it here. It returns it right back to Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Powell's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. 1st and 10, Thompson Robinson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing on 2nd down, Thompson Robinson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun, Thompson Robinson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Hits his running back, Pirine. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And Howe will throw it. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards. And just like that, it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. It's Howe with another throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Thompson Robinson, a look to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Touchdown! Rashee Rice, 34 yards. And the Vikings stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Lions down by 11, 2:12 to play. Their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Howell. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A big play looming on 3rd down. Howell to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and touchdown, Vikings! Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using the...
It's a foot race, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Howell. Here as he's taken down after the sack. Oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Howell. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll go play action. Howell. it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half.